Today, we are going into an episode where the people are miles away from India, yet walking the path of Ayyappa, a spiritual journey from India to global. Swami Sharanam Ayyappa.
Swamiye, Saranam, Ayyappa.
What is Hinduism, Ayyappa?
Hinduism is a way of life. Hinduism is based on four basic principles.
How were they explained to common people across generations?
Yeah, with Ayyappa, he keeps things very simple. When Swamiye, Saranam, Ayyappa, in that right rhythm, if you say, you will feel the energy getting raised inside you.
How did this tradition begin in abroad, especially in Houston, USA and in Houston?
So as I said in the beginning, we met Guru Swami in 2004, and then we wanted to do the Guru Swami, if you would have been live by now, it would have been the 42nd Mandala Puja that you would have done. So back then itself, he has completed 32 times. He have completed.
So at that time, where he used to perform the pujas, because there was no temple at that time for Ayyappa.
It was 1979. Meenakshi temple came at that time.
When Indians move abroad, many fear losing tradition. How does tradition survive outside India?
Tradition is nothing but
Culture does not disappear abroad. It disappears only when we stop practicing it.
a lot of people think our culture is myth, right? It is not a myth. It is a
So what does Ayyappa philosophy teach us?
ultimately it's love, and lead a very simple life. Love everybody. Not only people who wear mala, everyone you call Swami.
What kind of challenges you have seen, or what kind of people facing it, having Deeksha or before having the Deeksha? And what is the solution you can provide to them?
The challenge is keeping ourselves in a disciplined life. That is the most challenging thing.
What is the purpose of this black and why we can wear the different colors?
Lord Ayyappa have told Shani Bhagavan that, people who follow
So today we are going into an episode where the people are miles away from India, yet walking the path of Ayyappa, a spiritual journey from India to global. So let me give you a small introduction about our guest today. Before we begin, let me ask you something deeply personal. If you are an NRI or someone living away from India, what keeps you connected to your roots? Is it food? Is it language? Or is it something deeper, spiritual? This channel, Sanjam Talks, NRI Stories and Indian Inspirations, exists for one reason: to preserve Indian identity beyond borders. So if you believe that culture, spirituality, and values should travel with us wherever we go, please subscribe to this channel, because today's episode is not just a podcast, it's a reminder of who we are, even when we live far away from home. Today we speak to an NRI from Houston, a lifelong devotee of Ayyappa, who has been guiding generations not just to wear the Ayyappa mala, but to understand the meaning of Deeksha. This conversation is for NRIs raising children abroad, youth searching for identity, anyone feeling spiritually disconnected. Let us begin. So, Swami Sharanam Ayyappa, once again.
Swamiye, Saranam, Ayyappa, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
Guru Nama. Thanks for the time you have given for us, Guru Swami. And to start with, what is Hinduism, Ayyappa?
Swami Saranam. First of all, I would like to humbly request, I'm not a Guru Swami yet. I'm still, Kani Swami, trying to be in that path. Thank you very much. Thank you for allowing me to participate in your channel. and I wish you all the best. You're doing a very noble job, and I truly
Blessing.
congratulate you on that journey. Thank you.
Abhishek.
So, Hinduism is a way of life, as we all know. It's been there for ages. Our ancestors are the most smartest people in the world, and they've been guiding the world. And
Right.
Hinduism is based on four basic principles. Dharma, samsara sagara, moksha, and karma. These are the four guiding principles. Everything is around this thing. Our way of living should be in a very dharmic way.
Right.
Actions have consequences. That is
Mm.
karma.
Right.
And then, when we have the actions, obviously we are into this birth and death cycle. That is the samsara sagara. And
Right.
finally, the liberation from all that, which is moksha.
Right.
Uh, Everything revolves around this. So that is Hinduism, which is our way of life, which is our culture. It has evolved over generations.
Right.
And so that is the core principle that is guiding us and all, of course, the people who are originated from that land, Bharat, which is a
Right.
very punya bhumi. You know, Everyone carries that in their heart, inner, in their inner heart. It's still there, no matter how far they travel. They still carry that in their heart. You know,
Right.
at, when the water is right, the seed just sprouts out, right, like that. When circumstances are built around in a very nice way, that culture, inner culture that blossoms inside you and takes you, guides you into the right direction with proper guru's blessing and guidance, that becomes a big tree, even a banyan tree, and then provides generations and generations the right path.
Perfect. So, Swami, uh, can I know where are you back from India?
Yeah, I'm back from a place called Rajpalayam, which is near Madurai,
Uh-huh.
down south in Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
That's where our roots are from. My full name is Setur Srinivasan. Setur is like 7 kilometers. It's a small village,
Right.
from Tamil Nadu. That's where my roots come from. My
So, when did you come to US?
So I came to the US in 1997. Uh, yeah,
1997. Okay.
1996 December I came in. And then I
Acha.
moved to Houston in 1997, June 10th. That's where I
Okay.
landed in Houston. And ever since, it's been my home.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, in simple terms, you have explained what is Hinduism for the people who are in abroad, struggling to explain Hinduism to their children or even to their friends. You have given in simple terms what exactly the Hinduism is. And you traveled to United States into the 1997, and then what kind of changes you have seen since then 1990s, and how was the situations for in terms of spirituality at that time and now?
Yeah, since the beginning, as a childhood, I always visit temples, but without knowing, deeper meaning of what it means. Our ancestors have given, they have well documented the whole process of life, the evolution and all that.
Right.
But without knowing the meaning, I visit the temple, I participate in pujas and all that. But it was purely on a monetary basis. Either if we go to the puja, they'll give sundal, or, you know, I get additional candies or things like that. So without knowing, and then also especially when it is exam season, it intensifies. We
Right.
pray, God, please, make me pass this exam, or things like that.
Understood.
And the same thing, with the same understanding, I came to the US. But I wouldn't call myself as spiritual, but I was very connected to the culture. That's all, I would say. Then, when I was around, in my mid 30s, that's where I got the blessings of our Guru Swami,
Mhm.
Shri NS Venkateshan Guru Swami.
Mhm.
uh, you know, uh, all this Ayyappa Vratham started as an accident, or it just happened. Right, one of my close friends, uh, Dr. Ganesh Rajamani, he called me along with Vijay Swami. They're all well-known physiotherapists in and around Houston. They
Right.
called me, and said, do you want to do Ayyappa Mandala Vratham? We were always scared about Ayyappa, right? Because with Ayyappa, you have to be very disciplined. You have to follow strict norms,
Right.
and you have to, Vradam is very strict and all that. But it was all without understanding, so we said, okay, let's go. So the next day morning, we just like that decided, and then went on with the jeans, uh, and, t-shirt to the temple. And then we went there and then saw the Guru Swami. And the
Uh,
Guru Swami was so kind enough. He didn't scare us, or he didn't ridicule us or anything. He properly guided us. First said, now that you have come to Ayyappa Vradam, do you know the norms? Do you know the history? Do you know the knowledge behind it? And he taught us step by step, along with Nair Guru Swami. P.S. Nair is he was always the guiding person behind our Guru Swami.
uh-huh.
Anything you do, you have to know the meaning of it.
Right.
You have to understand completely, and then you start your Vardam. Then you will really enjoy it. So that's how our journey.
Which year was that?
It was in 2004, 2005. Yeah, actually December 2004.
December 2004 is the first time you have taken the Ayyappa Deeksha.
Correct, Swami.
Wow, 2005. At that
Yeah,
time, that was in Sugarland? Sorry, in Pearland Ayyappa
it
Temple?
was in it was in Pearland Ayyappa Temple. Yeah,
Okay.
same Meenakshi Temple. In the
He-
Meenakshi Temple, we have the Ayyappa. So the whole history, how Ayyappa came, or he selected Houston, it's very fascinating to us to know the history. And also, instead of we doing the pradiksha for the
Right.
Lord himself had chosen Houston and Sri Meenakshi Temple as his destination, and then he came. So the vigraha that we have right now, Ayyappa vigraha, which is a exact replica of the Sabrimala Ayyappa.
Himalayan Ayyappa,
Okay, yeah,
Swami.
and that vigraha was supposed to be installed in New York Temple.
Uh-huh.
And somehow the Lord decided he wanted to come to Houston. And through P.S. Nair, Guru Swami, and other Swamis, Ayyappa chose to, and in the New York Temple, they decided, we ordered it, but later on we decided not to do the pradishta. So if somebody else wants it, they were offering it. So people who were traveling to Houston, they said, we will take it to Houston. And that's how Ayyappa came here. And the pradishta was done by the Sabarimalai Melchandi itself. So he came here and then he did the pradishta. And
Swami.
today, yeah, it gives us goosebumps every time we think about it. We say Swamiye Saranam Ayyappa. That brings the true inner feeling.
Right.
That's amazing for us, and
I'm
we are
getting
all truly blessed.
I'm getting the goosebumps by
Swami
hearing.
Saranam.
Not aware of this. I was not aware of this.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
we are really we are really blessed because I have been there in Houston. I have, came to the temple. I attended the puja for this Sankranti time, Jyoti time.
Yes,
So I have seen all the swamis how they are performing the puja at that time. I still have
absolutely.
memories in my mind.
Yeah. So, as I said, our Guru Swami had taught us, right from the beginning. We were at zeros. I mean, even now we are only in the first standard or second standard level. But our Guru Swami took all the efforts to not only, transfer the spiritual energy and the knowledge behind it, but he made sure that the core principle is preserved. And we understood that, especially he was very clear that the next generation should take the responsibility, and also they should take the accountability, so that they can not only take this journey further and also expand to other swamis like us who, we didn't know anything. And then he The first thing is like Sahasranamam was the main concept that he taught us. The meaning for Ashtotram, the meaning for Sahasranamam, why we do this, and what is Sankalpam, and what is the Visesham, how do we do all these things, and why do we do all these things. So that was really eye opening for us.
Mm.
Right from Sankalpam, anything that you do, the first thing you have to do is the Sankalpam. Sankalpam
Right.
is nothing but defining your intention
True.
clearly, right?
True.
What
True.
are you doing? When are you doing? Who is doing it? And why are you doing it?
Right.
All that. And how do you do that? As our ancestors have, clearly, documented in Vedas, Upanishads, and then Agamas, and then Puranas and epics,
Right.
all these roots from there. So he taught us how to do the sankalpam, and then what is the visesham, because during Mandala Vrata, every day is an auspicious day, and
Right.
during this auspicious day we praise the Lord. In turn, what do we get? We get ultimate liberation. Everything takes in an evolution to grow, right? So step 1, step 2, step 3. So he guided us. And then the meaning for Ashtotra, why do we do 108? What is the meaning behind it? Every human being in this world who is born have to be in one nakshatra. Now there are 27 nakshatra, and
Mm.
each nakshatra has 4 bhagams. 24 27 times 4, that is 108. When
Mm.
you praise the Lord 108 times, the interaction between every human in and around the world, knowing and unknowingly, everybody, all our energies will be harmonized, will be in synchronization. That is the blessing that we get from Lord when we praise him 108 times.
Wonderful.
So that is why we do the Ashtotram. And also, why do we do the Sahasranamam? Sahasranamam is like 1008.
Mm.
Normal human being, our normal breath cycle is 72 cycles per minute. And sorry, that's the heartbeat. And the
Right.
breath cycle is 14 breath cycle per minute. So 72 times 14 is 1008. So when you do the Sahasranamam, which is 1008 names,
Mm.
namas of Lord, your Kundalini Shakti, in the energy that passes through all the 7 chakras.
Mm.
From Mooladharam, it goes all the way to Sahasraram. Your energy automatically elevates. And then once the energy elevates at that peak point, you and the Lord became the same. That's why Ayyappa, we have this Tattvamasi. What you are seeking is inside you itself. It's up to you to elevate your energy. So all these very clearly proven knowledge-based knowledge, our Guru Swami, had imparted on us. So that is where we started all the house puja. We didn't know. First time when we started hearing about Sahasranama, within 50 or 100, to be very frank, and I'm not ashamed to say, I will feel asleep on that because I didn't understand the meaning of it. So
And
when others say it, it's like very rhythmic. So it is
mm.
very soothing for you. And then, you go to sleep quickly. So
Okay.
that's how we learned. And then Guru Swami will always tell us what is the meaning behind it. And then you have to understand the meaning behind it. So once he triggered the curiosity within us, then it opened up a lot of doors for us. And then we interacted with each other, all our swamis, before going and asking Guru Swami, we'll interact with each other. What is the meaning of it? How do we understand this? Why do we do this? And then slowly we started learning ourselves, and then
Mm.
knowing Sahasranamam has this much power on it. Then then we put more discipline into it. Then we said, okay, now we have to take it more serious. Now that the meaning says this, so we should not misspell the word, and we should do it in a really rhythmic way, so that our breath cycle and the heartbeat and the prana, because basically only through the prana, you can raise your energy. So you have to control all that. So, and once you do all that, automatically things will come into play.
Right.
Your anger, all your 5 sensors, all your gunas, all that slowly you will see getting refined. I mean,
Right.
I'm not nowhere, anywhere close to a Guru Swami or anything. I'm still learning, but I can see the transformation. That is the beauty of it. And instead of just we keeping it, now
Right.
we need to not only spread that to everyone so that everyone can enjoy, but
Right.
more importantly, we have to take it to the next generation.
Right.
You know,
This is how the knowledge has been passed down from Guru Swami to the devotees, right?
absolutely, Swami.
Really blessed. We are really blessed to have that kind of Guruji in our community. And these ideas are profound, but how were they explained to common people across generations?
Yeah, with Ayyappa, he keeps things very simple. When you go and tell this about this all seven chakras, Mooladharam, and all that, all the way to Sahasranam, people won't understand. But
Right.
if you chant his name 1,008 times,
Hey, Sharanam.
automatically it transfers, right?
Right.
So that is the beauty of it. And even if you don't know the Sahasranamam, even if you just say Swamiye Saranamayappa, in that right rhythm, if you say, you will feel the energy getting raised inside you. So
True.
Ayyappa kept it very simple. And the Guru Swamis also said, keep it simple, keep a very simple life. Keep,
Right.
remove all your other non-essential things, all the
Right.
luxury out of your life. Lead a very simple life, lead a very truthful life. Everything will transform automatically. So that is what, our Guruji have taught us, to be simple.
Perfect.
Swamiye Saranamayappa.
Which
Start
means
from there.
Sharamayappa. Swami Sharamayappa.
Swamiye Saranamayappa.
So this means our culture survived not because it was forced, but
Absolutely.
because it was
Absolutely. It is the knowledge that is power, right? The
right.
knowledge look at Vedas. Vedas were well documented, but never written in a piece of paper. It was
Right.
all verbally transferred through
True.
Gurukula, right?
True.
So when Vedas can withstand 5,000, 10,000 years, Swamiye Saranamayappa is a very simple way to attain moksha.
Sure.
You can automatically your path will become in a dharmic path, and automatically you will be relieved from samsara sagara, and your karma will be washed away, and you get liberation just by chanting Swamiye Saranamayappa
Wow.
sincerely from the heart, right? That's the
Right.
important thing.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So tradition away from home. Let's bring this to today. When Indians move abroad, many fear losing tradition. How does tradition survive outside India?
Great question, Sami. Great question.
Sure.
Tradition is nothing but a way of living again, right? The ethics of living. All right.
Right.
So
Right.
when you come to a new place, the ethics will be different, right? If something is new, it's human tendency to go and grab onto that, to go
Right.
latch onto that.
Love.
Once you latch onto that, and if you see through that life, when you live through that life, at some point you're going to get a saturation out of it.
Right.
Whereas in our culture, the only best thing is it evolves and it grows. Okay. And its ultimate goal is moksha. And you will realize at some point that what you need is inner peace, not
Right.
the name, not the fame, not the money, because you would have seen all that.
True.
Ultimately, what you want is the inner peace, and you will start traveling inwards.
True.
How do I get that? So that core, uh, that core curiosity, when you dive deep into it, ultimately you'll land it in our culture. You'll see that in our culture, in our tradition, and then through a proper guru, he'll guide you to that right direction, and then you'll come on from that.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Swami Sharanam. So culture does not disappear abroad. It disappears only when we stop practicing it.
Absolutely,
Wonderful.
absolutely. So, and
Wonderful.
another key thing here is about education, everything, because a lot of people think our culture is myth, right? It is not a myth. It is a well documented process.
Right.
They have well documented this thing. Vedas have everything. The four Vedas has everything. What is the ultimate reality? what is the ultimate destination and how to get that and who it is, all that is defined. And if to further break it down, the Upanishads came in, which was a simple form, and that tells how to attain that realization, right? How to get to that ultimate reality. And
Mm.
then, even if you don't understand that one, then came the agamas, which connected the both that conceptual world, the sukshma world, and the physical world. It told us how a temple is built, how worship is done. They have that four, out of we call it as the Sariye, Kriye, Yogam, and Jnanam. The
Mm.
ultimate thing is Jnanam, education, the wisdom, right? So, and then came the Puranas, the 18 Puranas. It well told the history of each and every deity, and what is the energy, and what is the advantage of living a dharmic way, and all that. And finally, Ramayana and Mahabharata, that epic concludes that whole knowledge, circle. If you even now, Ramayana and Mahabharata is very relevant to our life, right?
Right. Right.
uh, that Mahabharata, when you take, Pancha Pandavas are like our Panchayendriyams,
And
all our things. And Karnan is like our heart, our manas, and the mind always tries to go to the wrong direction, right? The
right.
asay, those are the Gauravas, right?
True. Right.
Asay, all that external things, kama, krodha, and all that. Our
True.
mind automatically tries to go towards that side and justifies everything. And then our knowledge, the ultimate wisdom is Krishna. Krishna Paramatma himself, he will guide our Panchayendriyams to go into the right direction. Then we can lead a very dharmic way and succeed to moksha. That's what the whole Mahabharata teaches us. The similar thing, Ramayana, right?
Right.
So, so
One.
that's why our culture is very relevant to today, even yesterday, and even tomorrow. It will be very relevant to. So, education is most the important thing. People need to educate themselves first. They need to
Right.
develop the curiosity. That curiosity is the kamam. That's why we call Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kama Rupini.
Yeah.
That curiosity first develops. That curiosity needs to transfer into education, and then the education needs to transfer into knowledge, and then knowledge with love, it blossoms to wisdom, and then you get the virtue, and then ultimate you do the renunciation. Once you have everything, seen everything, you renounce everything and surrender everything to God, then you obtain moksha.
Swami Ayyappa.
Swamiye Saranam. It is a very depicted, very documented, very methodological way to attain moksha. So all that, if you practice mandalam, Swamiye Saranam, automatically these things, these knowledge, one by one, like a puzzle piece, like a Lego piece, it will get added to it, and then
Right.
you will attain, moksha.
Explained. Wonderfully explained, Swami.
Thank you.
So let's come to the Ayyappa tradition. So the Ayyappa tradition in abroad, any country, but we are in Houston, so let us talk about Houston. Um, let's talk about the Lord Ayyappa. How did this tradition begin in abroad, especially in Houston, USA, and in Houston?
Sure. So as I said in the beginning, we met Guru Swami in 2004, and then we wanted to do the Viradam. So we went and asked him, and then he said, come to the temple whenever you can. You have to do the take shower morning and evening. You have to lead a brahmacharic life. No non-veg, no family activities, and then you isolate yourself as much as possible from all the worldly things, and then focus only on Ayyappa.
Mm.
Even just keep a small Ayyappa picture and then put flowers, and then do Charanam.
Mm.
Morning Charanam, evening Charanam. Start with whatever you know first. That's how we started. So in the morning and evening, we started doing it. And then we go to the temple. So when we go to the temple, Guru Swami also comes there. And then we started chanting this Sahasranamam and all that. Then at one point, we ourselves, Ganesh Swami, myself, and Viji Swami, we all got together, and we said, why don't we do this collectively at our home?
Hmm.
So then we started this home puja. And then, like, we said, Guru Swami tells the Sahasranama. We didn't know. So among all of us, Ganesh Swami is very educated. So we said, Ganesh Swami, why don't you start? So we started doing the Sahasranama. It took about 3 hours. Yeah. And the kids were like, they were all asleep. They started off, out
Hmm.
of curiosity, and then they slept, halfway through. But one thing we felt is after finishing the Sahasranamam and the pujas, something was we felt something filling in our heart, right?
Exactly.
Our heart was so filled,
True.
that unknown, the joy, I don't know what to call at that time. It was bliss.
Right.
It filled us, and we felt so great. And then we said, why don't we do it first we did in Ganesh Swami's house, then we did in Vijay Swami's house, then we did in our house. So when we do this, we felt not only connecting to the Lord himself, the families got connected, the kids got connected. Then we said, okay, we out of hesitation, we went to Guru Swami, and then we asked Guru Swami, can we do house puja? He was like, oh yeah, very well, I'll be glad to do it. And then he came, and that's when he taught us what is sankalpam. So when Guru Swami said he will come and do the puja in our house, we
Hmm.
were like, okay, Ayyappa means, there is this 18 steps. So we need to have Ayyappa picture. We need to have 18 steps. So we built a 18 step out of, wood. We painted it with gold, and with all traditional, yellow and red, all that decorations.
True.
First, that's what attracts you, right? That's the first sariye. Then you go to kiriye, then you go yogam, then you go jnanam, right? So
Right.
we started doing that. So then we built an Ayyappa, a small table, and then we kept the Ayyappa picture, and then we kept Vinayagar, Murugan, and that's how we started the home puja. Once he came home, and then he taught us, sangalpam, and then do the visesham, and then the sahasranamam, ashtotram, sahasranamam, and then namaskaram, and then harivarasanam, all the way through. He taught us this is the norms that you have to follow through to complete an Ayyappa puja. When
Hmm.
you do that, that vibration was out of this world, Sami. the Even now, every time I do, I feel the same vibration the first time when Guru Swami did in our house puja. Then then the house puja, then we started, as I said, it's the way of life, right? So we
Right.
started from home. Anything you start from in yourself and the home. Then we invited all our friends who are doing the irumudi with us. Then 10 people started doing it, 20 people started doing it. Then as awareness increased, then immediately we recorded Guru Swami's Sahasranamam Ashtotram, because it was very hard for us to pronounce. So we
Right.
said, Guru, why don't you give us not only the Diksha, but also transform our knowledge to us. So he did record. We recorded his Sahasranamam, Ashtotram, Namaskaram, all that we recorded. We opened a website. We called it at that time, around in and around Houston. So we called HoustonAyyappas.com, and then we uploaded all the documents. Then a lot of people came to know about the existence, about this prayer that's happening. So they started knowing about the Mandala Vardam here. So even before that, our Guru Swami is. So as of now, our Guru Swami, if you would have been live by now, it would have been the 42nd Mandala Puja that he would have done. So back then itself, he has completed 32 times. He have completed Mandala Vardam.
He completed Mandala Vratam in United States that many times.
He started it in India, and then he came here and then continued. I think from 86 onwards, he continued the Mandala Vardam here, our
From
Guru Swami
in Houston.
in Houston.
So at that time, where he used to perform the pujas, because there was no temple at that time for Ayyappa.
Meenakshi temple was, it was 1979. Meenakshi temple came. At that time, they had a small Ayyappa Vigraha inside the main sanctum itself. And then
Uh-huh.
the current Ayyappa, I think it was in 96 or 97. 90. I think it was 96 or before. They did the Pradishta.
Meenakshi
So
temple is there from 1970s.
Yes, yes, 1979. The Ganesh temple was installed in 1979, and the main temple 1982. And
I was born 82, 83.
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So since the Pradishta in 96 onwards, our Guru Swami have been continuously doing the Mandalavardham here and doing the Neyabhishekam, completing the whole Mandalavardha 42 days Mandalavardha. He's been doing it.
Sharanam. So,
And
what is his name?
uh, N.S. Venkateshan Guru Swami.
N.S. Venkateshan Guru Swami. So,
And
he's the
currently this P.S. Nair Guru Swami.
Guru
You know,
Swami.
he is, yeah.
Wonderful. So, from Shabarimala to Shabarimala Ayyappa, from Shabari to abroad, that is in Houston, these
Yep.
are the two persons, who carried our tradition and passing it to our next generations.
Absolutely, Swami. Absolutely. I mean,
Oh,
we are all truly blessed to have him in our life. To
true.
even getting to know about him itself is a blessing. When they say, Guru is the one who removes the ignorance, right? He is like the light. So
True.
when Guru is around, for some reason, we won't have no questions at all, Swami, because now we have a lot of questions I wanted to ask, but when he was there, we didn't have no questions to ask. We'll just follow what he says.
Yeah.
That itself was enough for us. Like, to give an analogy, you know, when a kid is born, we give him shot like a polio vaccination.
Right.
The kid doesn't know the meaning of that vaccine,
True.
but it protects him lifelong. So
Right.
that's how we took it. It was a vaccination just given to us, and we just followed him. We took it and we followed him, and it has guided us all this way.
Swami Sharanam. Swami
So I'm
Sharanam.
sure.
Really blessed.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
I'm really pretty much, I'm getting goosebumps to hear these stories.
Swami Saranam, Swami Saranam. It's all Ayyappa's grace, our Guru
Yeah.
Swami's blessing.
Ayyappa. So Ayyappa philosophy and discipline. So what does Ayyappa philosophy teach us?
Ultimately, it's love, right? And
Mm.
lead a very simple life. Love everybody. Not only people who wear mala, everyone you call Swami,
Mm.
everyone you see the divinity in them, and then you praise that. Not only during the Mandalam time, but also even after that. But
Right.
Mandalam Piran is it's a starter. It's just a starter, right? So ultimately, it teaches is love. Ayyappa, when his own mother wanted to send him to the forest, to get the tiger's milk, even to her, Lord showered love.
Right.
And people who gave trouble to him, he gave forgiveness to them, and he ultimately showed showered love to him. So Manikandan is a Kaligala Devam, and if you truly pray him, Sami, he will come, he will give darshan. But our Guru Swami will always say, you have to connect. Ayyappa is not going to come in puli all the time. He's not going to come with greedom all the time. He'll
Right.
come in a common person, that the least expected person, he will come. But it is up to you to see that divinity. So that's why if you are showing love to everyone around you, praise good things, tell good things to other. Don't feel anger, don't keep anger inside you.
Right.
Relieve all that anger, lead a simple life, and shower love to everyone, not only within your family but outside everyone, to people who you know and people who you don't know. Show love to them, and ultimately Ayyappa will realize that love within you, and he will come and give you that darshan. And if Ayyappa gives darshan, what else do we need, Swami?
Right.
That's all.
Again,
Swamiye Sharamayappa. That's all.
attain, we'll attain moksha.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this is not worship to escape life. This is what
Absolutely.
become better human beings.
Absolutely, Swami. You said it right. Yes.
Swami Sharanam, Swami Sharanam. So next generations and future, how is the younger generations responding, especially those who born abroad?
So discipline, as I said, discipline is the key for this one.
Right.
As parents, as elders, it's our responsibility to teach them discipline, because that is what is kind of a little bit lacking, in the current society, especially people who live abroad, right? What
Right.
all we think is like, oh, as long as they don't trouble us, it's good. So we give them whatever is required. And then, but P.S. Nair, our Guru Swami, he taught us that discipline. Because he stems from the Chinmaya mission, all right, the Chinmaya Vidyalaya,
Yeah.
where discipline is key, right?
Yeah.
So whenever we do the puja, first time the kids won't come and sit, but the second time and third time, sometimes you may have to, tell them a little bit, with authority, saying that, hey, come and sit down, observe what is happening. So the third time and fourth time, when you explain the kids with the meaning what we are doing, their curiosity also develops, and they
Right.
come and join. So
Right.
when we hear that, P.S. Nair Swami is here, all the kids will automatically come and sit down because of that discipline. He taught us that discipline. First it'll be hard to learn,
Right.
right? When you take a vaccination injection, it hurts, but long run, it protects your life. So like that, the discipline is the first step. So that, by Guru's grace, we were able to incorporate that to our kids, so that curiosity developed. So once that developed, then, the other forms of Kyrie, right? They, along with the Ayyappa Puja, bhajans are other. It's one of the core things. And second thing is in the music instruments, playing chenda and these things. So these things attracted the kids first, because to transport the knowledge about, deep dharma and kama moksha, all that, it's going to be difficult. But you have to take a step by step approach. So bhajans was that key or that tool for us. So in Ayyappa Puja, bhajans plays like 60% importance. All right.
Mm.
So in that bhajans, we encourage kids to come and participate, sing, play instruments. These actually invited more kids. That was step one. And second thing is playing chenda. Chenda is a unique instrument. It's a very divinely instrument that we play, that
Mm.
attracted curiosity for the kids. Oh, they wanted to play too.
Fun.
Exactly. That sound itself creates a vibe that attracts you.
True.
So, slowly bhajans, playing instruments, things like that. And then that slowly transformed into service, doing annadanam, coming in, serving in, cleaning up the temple premises and things like that. So these, the kids, kids with, obviously they have a lot of energy. So when they come and participate, they bring their friends also. So it
Right.
becomes like a celebration for them. So during Mandala season, if you see, all these kids will have a blast, because they will, in the whole temple premises, they will run around, they will see with all the kids, they will participate in all these things. Shiveli is another thing, carrying lamp in their hand when the god is going around the procession, right? So every activity involves kids also into this. So that is the first step. Before importing knowledge into them, get them the practice, give them the discipline, get them the practice into bhajans. And then, when, as I said, when you put a seed, when there is the right season, right amount of water, it'll automatically sprout out and it'll blossom. So what all
Right.
we are doing right now is putting that seed in their mind. At some point, it'll blossom. We
Awesome.
definitely have faith in our culture.
Wonderful. So the future is not lost. It's
Definitely not.
to be guided.
Yes, Swami. As long
One.
as we continue the same path, being being truthfully to what we are doing and knowing what we are doing, definitely it will blossom. The next generation, I'm confident they will take it even further, another step.
Wonderful, wonderful. And one more thing, Swami. I thought of asking you in the initial discussion. Usually, Ayyappa, when we think about Ayyappa, we'll get the resemblance of black
Sure.
dress mind. So we have seen in even in Shabari, when we go for the darshan, we see the people coming in different dresses, and especially from Telugu community, we are little bit confused. Why these people wear these kind of dresses. So is there any clarity? And even now, I thought your dress is somewhat different, but it is with black and different combination. So what is the purpose of this black, and why we can wear the different colors?
Sure. It is believed through the Puranas and gurus, what I've heard is, it is believed that Lord Ayyappa have told Shani Bhagavan that, people who follow the Ayyappa tradition, you should not trouble. That's the agreement between Lord Ayyappa and Shani Bhagwan. So Shani Bhagwan, his representation is a black color. So he said, our devotees, Ayyappa devotees will wear black, throughout the mandalam, so that, you don't trouble them in their life.
Right.
So that is there are many, sayings to it. This is one of the sayings that our Guru Swamis have told us, that to wear black all the time. Black is also accepted. Blue is also accepted, and also saffron is also accepted. All these symbolizes that the person is on Viradam. So when somebody else, outside people, when they see, they understand that, oh, the Swami is in Viradam, so we should not trouble them. We should not say bad things to them. So when Ayyappa themselves don't do that, other people also will do the same thing. First thing
Right.
is sight. There has to be a recognition. Okay, now we know that the Swami is in Viradam, so they will maintain that discipline and respect to that. So that is the practical aspect of it. And I'm also wearing a black, but it has a gray stripes on it. Today being a working day, I had to take some calls this morning, so
Wow.
that's why. I mean, so as I said, Tariye Kiriye Yogam and Jnanam. So once you attain all these things, these are the first steps to it. Once you slowly elevate yourself, you more focus on the core principle, like the love. You know, when there is, to analogy to tell is, when there is when a room is full of dirt and dust, what we do is, first thing we take is the broomstick, and then we wipe everything. Once the room is clean, we throw away the broomstick, right? All these things are like that, for us to channelize ourselves. Once we channelize that, then we should slowly remove all these things and then look at the pure Lord, the pure love, the pure
Sure.
discipline, and the divinity inside him. So that is the core principle.
Wonderful, wonderful. So another question, as you have raised that it's a working day today, and still you have given me a time to explain to our viewers or to the
Thank you.
Vayapa about the tradition what we are carrying. But the real challenge being an NRI and having a Ayyappa Deeksha on us, how you manage your life abroad by managing your regular work culture and the traditional culture. Is it really easy for NRIs to have the Diksha and perform all the things naturally as India what we do here?
Yes. Fortunately, I had that blessing, so I was able to carry out. The first day when Guru Swami told us, you have to live a brahmacharyan life and not shave, and wear black dress or blue. Of course, we cannot refrain from not wearing shoes. So that
Right.
is the only thing when we go to work. So we've been following the Vradam, as our Guru Swami strictly told, morning and evening, take 2 times shower, do the puja, and then wear the representation, wear the mala and other representing things. Well, I was able to do that. So first of all, it needs to come from us. We have to take the sankalpam that this whole mandalam I'm going to do as much as possible. People who are in medical profession or any other field, if their work requires, they need to follow certain safety standards, certain things, then we have to definitely obey that one. And Lord Ayyappa is not going to, definitely our Guru Swami have told us that Ayyappa is not going to hurt you or he is not go. As much as you want it to be is discipline your life
Hmm.
rather than just the external things. As long as you follow the inner things correctly, Ayyappa will definitely bless, is
Perfect.
what he's like. So I've been lucky, and Guru's blessing, I've been doing this.
Wonderful, wonderful. So since today, how many times you have had the Diksha, Swami?
Number purely doesn't really matter, Sami. And I don't want to get, because of the number, I don't want to get any greed in my head. So I kind of don't keep the number. I don't count the number. And if somebody asks me also, I try not to say, because I don't want that number get into my head and then think that, oh, you have done this much. I am always a Kani Swami. I wanted
Why?
to be that.
I
Swamis are
don't.
not.
I don't want to hurt the feelings, Swami, but I want to get into the viewers' notice that have some kind of feeling inside. If you want to have the mala or diksha, see, you can wear it and you can perform like Swami. He's carrying for so long time. Even you can do that.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, yeah, definitely. If I can do that, anybody can do that.
Right.
Right. So I've been blessed by Guru Swami to start the Ayyappa Vradam from 2005 onwards.
Wonderful.
So
All
that's a true blessing for me and my ancestors, my parents, all everybody's blessing.
right.
I'm able to continue this one.
Yeah. So after completing these many years, still worshipping, so what kind of challenges you have seen, or what kind of you know uh, challenges you have seen people facing it? Having diksha or before having the diksha, and what is the solution you can provide to them?
The challenge is keeping ourselves in a disciplined life, right?
Mm.
uh, that is the most challenging thing, because anger is the first thing that comes out of you. you know
Right.
when kids don't do certain things, or when people in office don't do some things, or even when your colleague doesn't do something, or other swamis doesn't do thing, the first thing that sprouts out of our mind is the anger, the kobam. Controlling that, managing that has been the very challenging thing. uh, you know uh, because when you hear something from, this is how you have to do, this is how you have to do, and then you go apply the same thing at home, when they are not ready for that, and then when they are not doing what you're asking, then the first thing comes out is anger, right from home. Right. And Maligapurams, they have been the backbone for us, Swami, because they have taken they have been the cushion. They have taken all the punches, and yet supporting us. So the challenge is, even though
Yeah.
we have the challenge, the Matajis are the one who have supported us and helped us come out of this challenge.
True.
And as we go, one step at a time, every year, we have to take a sankalpam. We have to take accountability. We have to take the responsibility that I'm going to shred out this year. I'm going to shred out. At least try one at a time. You know, Definitely within 10 years, 20 years, that will definitely come a reality, and Ayyappa will help put the put the faith on yourself that your sankalpam will come true. So
True.
first we have to start from us, and Ayyappa will definitely blossom inside our mind, and remove all the challenges.
Wonderful, wonderful. And one more important thing, Swami.
Sure.
Um, Having the diksha and finishing in 41 days. So, are everyone coming to Shabarimala to, have the darshan and finish the total 41 days diksha? Or
Yes.
we have the feasibility to finish it in US as well?
You can do it here in Houston itself, because in Houston, Sri Meenakshi Temple, in Ayyappa Sannithanam, we have the holy steps, 18 steps. Our
What?
Guru Swami had worked a lot, and Ganesh Swami and other Swamis have worked a lot to make that as a reality. Since 2017, we have this Panchaloka 18 steps, which is very similar to Sabarimalai. So
What?
here, but the devotees can come, Ayyappa devotees can come, take all the 41 days Mandala Vradam, and then do the Padiyetram on the 42nd day and culminate their Vradam here itself. They can do that. Our Guru Swami, Ganapati Swami is there. He will do the Mala Deeksha, and he'll do the Irumudi and all that for you. So that is definitely possible here. And few fortunate Swamis also go to Sabarimala. So we have been blessed to go to Sabarimala every year. We have been going for Maghar Sankranti. We started that with our Guru Swami since 2010, and been blessed to continue that path. So yeah, we go to Sabarimala and then culminate our Varadam there.
Swami Sharanam Ayyappa.
Swami Sharanam.
Swami Sharanam. So it's really wonderful, to understand that whole process. And in US, especially in Houston, we are seeing this. But where are the other parts in US, where we can have the, Ayyappa temple darshan and, take the Deeksha?
Yeah. There are temple in Tampa, Florida. There is Ayyappa temple with 18 steps. There is Ayyappa temple in St. Louis. There is Ayyappa temple in Washington D.C. And there are more temples across U.S. with 18 steps. And all the other only difference between the Sri Meenakshi temple and other temples are the other temples they did the pradishta. Humans decided, but Houston Ayyappa here in Houston Sri Meenakshi temple, Ayyappa decided to come here. That's the only difference. So this is very special, very near and dear to our heart. Ayyappa is Ayyappa everywhere. Ayyappa is within you, within me. But this Ayyappa, he chose this adobe and he chose this destination to come here. So it is very special. And all the vibrations of Sahasranamam that our Guru Swamis have done, it still, has taken that energy level to a next level. And also the priest Parameshwaran has been sincerely doing the puja, since 2005 when he joined the MTS team. The Mandala Puja every year has been phenomenal, and the divine energy that spreads is extraordinary. Even this year, I think more than 800 Irumudi we have, devotees have come. They have taken Viradam, and then they have climbed the steps and got Ayyappa's blessings. So it is growing year after year.
Wonderful.
Yes,
Swami Sharanam Ayyappa.
Swamiye Saranam Ayyappa.
So this conversation reminds us why Sanjam Talks exists. To show that Indian spirituality does not weaken abroad, it becomes more intentional.
Yes.
To remind NRIs that success is not only professional, it is spiritual and cultural continuity.
Yes, Swami.
Thank you for carrying Ayyappa Swami's message across oceans, and thank you for guiding the next generation. Not by
Swamiye Saranam Ayyappa.
but by example. Swamiye Sharanam Ayyappa.
Swamiye Saranam Ayyappa. All the best, Swami, for your channel and the wonderful work you're doing. It's a very noble job that you're doing. Thank you very much.
Of Ayyappa, with the blessings of Guru Swamis like you, Swami Sharanam.
Swamiye Saranam Ayyappa.
I want to inform you that my son is also inherited that Ayyappa this thing, and he's very much fond about Ayyappa.
Very
Every
good.
year I'll wear the Diksha, but I'm actually fearing that I have wear mala in 2008, 9, 10. After that, I did not get chance to wear it. I thought of having it in US. Even then, Ayyappa has to give that permission to me, so I did not get. I'm waiting for his maturity level so that I can give I can give permission to go for Diksha. But I'm nothing. Ayyappa have to give him the permission, but I'm still just in a
He will, Swami. He will. It's great to hear. Yeah, next generation has already started that path. It is really great. I get goosebumps hearing that.
Swami Sharanam Ayyappa.
Swami Sharanam.
So, if this episode touched you, share it with your family, your children, and your community. And don't forget to subscribe Sanjam Talks, NRI Stories, and Indian Inspirations. Because stories like this keep us rooted where we live. Swamiye Sharanam Ayyappa. Ayyappa, 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 Ayyappo, Bhagavatiye.
காலுக்கு மெத்தை காலுக்கு மெத்தை காலுக்கு மெத்தை கண்ணுக்கு வெளிச்சம் கண்ணுக்கு வெளிச்சம் Ayyappa.
Swami Saranam. Ayyappa, 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 Swamiye, Ayyappa Deeksha Tom, Ayyappa, Ayyappa, Swamiye, Ayyappa, 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 Swamiye, Ayyappa.